What's going on YouTube? 0088 here, and it's time to review. We're reviewing Jessica Jones Season 2, and it was pretty... pretty good. It was alright. It was decent. Like, by my reaction, it was kind of accurate because I'm really like split on this. Like, literally down the middle. Literally episode 6.5. It's like 13 episodes, and right smack in the middle is where the whole feel of the show shifts. The first half was boring. It was crap. I was like, what is this, Netflix? What are you doing? I was dozing off.
And I'm in here bouncing a goddamn ball.
And then all of a sudden in the second half, it was getting to some good TV. I was like, shit, this is getting up there with like Prison Break now. I want to say Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is like Breaking Bad, but it was getting up there like Prison Break and like Daredevil Season 1 and The Punisher. I love those two. So I was like, damn man, this shit's getting good, but unfortunately it was halfway. But anyway, let's get into the bad first, the first half of the season. And there's the beginning of it. It had too many dragging scenes. There was all these scenes where like they're trying to get to some place or the other, and then there's all this bad dialogue accompanying it, and it was just like, just get to the point. There was like, they could have easily like cut big chunks out of this, and it would have been a really nice structured narrative that got to the point, and you would have been really satisfying with it. But because they had to, I feel like they've written something that's worth 8 episodes. But they had to like drag it out to 13 because that's the Netflix Marvel. That's the Netflix Marvel formula. It has to be 13 episodes. So they had to fill in all these fake filler bits that make the whole thing drag and get boring and make you want to fall asleep. So yeah, there was so many dragging boring scenes, and on top of the dragging boring scenes, there was all of this political, well, I won't say political, it's just feminism, girl power. Look, I get it, it came out on International Women's Day and you want to go girl power and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But there was like, even my sisters were like looking at each other like, really? Like all this, like Trish, which, I don't know, I guess it kind of makes sense where she eventually goes. Trish was all like, oh, sexist. Oh my god, you're sexist. I don't want to marry him. I want to be him. Oh, obviously you do. And, you know, and even Jessica was like, oh, rapist much and all this kind of stuff. And all these little snide words, and like, it was just literally the women's show for like the first half of the season. I was just like, oh god, is this really what the writers like? Season 1 didn't feel like this. I mean, it still had a lot of girl power in season 1. Obviously, Jessica was a lot more held down by Kilgrave, but I still felt the girl power. It's all about rising up and taking down your enemy. Now this one, it's all like girl power, girl power, girl power constantly, and it's a bit irritating sometimes. But anyway. The special effects are just a little bit draggy. I know it's low budget, but god damn man, if Iron Fist, like Iron Fist wasn't that great, but it had some decent fight scenes, and let's not even talk about Daredevil's fight scenes because they just kill it. Punisher looks like some legit like high budget shit half the time. So I don't understand why Jessica Jones' special effects are always so wrong. I guess because she's got more powers than the rest in some ways, that she can really jump really high. But I don't know, the special effects are weak on Jessica Jones. Like, I don't even know what... There was a bit where Simpson dies, basically, and they want to give him a burial at sea, I think? And I think they threw his body, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought she threw a stone really far. I still don't even know if she threw Simpson. Did she? You guys let me know. Did she throw Simpson or not? What the fuck? I was pissed there was no Kilgrave. I mean, I know there's Kilgrave, but I wanted him to come back properly, like... But Kilgrave is dead. He's so dead. He's so dead. And it's kind of annoying that Kilgrave didn't come back, because Kilgrave, I feel like they could have used him more. He's actually a Daredevil villain, and he could have been like in some seasons of Daredevil that did a lot more with him, you know? Made him, maybe they could have made some like massive kind of master. No, what are they called again? Masters of Evil. You know, all the good guys, bad guys, and team up against the defenders. So like Kilgrave, Kingpin. That would have been really cool. Kilgrave, Kingpin, the Hand, I guess, and I'm trying to think of all the bad guys, and Diamondback, all like team up against the defenders. But they killed them all. So fuck it. Or Cottonmouth would have been better because Diamondback is a bit boring. People didn't like him. Can you dig it? Anyway, this is a big spoiler now. If you're still following along, I told you it's a spoiler review. Jessica not reacting to Trish, her best friend, killing her mummy. Okay, she did obviously react to it. They're not friends anymore. But I just feel like it was kind of weak. Like, it just... Like, gosh, your best friend just took it upon herself after she's been annoying you all season to kill your mum that you've just started bonding with. I know she was gonna... I guess they're trying to say Jessica wasn't too pissed because she was gonna die anyway. Like there was no way the police were gonna let her live after all this shit her mum was doing. So, but it just kind of irks me that Jessica's not pissed. And both she did was like run. Obviously I don't want her to kill Trish because you need Trish to become Hellcat, which she did become, which was really cool by the way. I'll get into the good stuff in a bit. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Jessica, you gotta be pissed off at this shit, man. You gotta be screwing. Oh yeah, my best friend killed my mom. You know, I feel like she should have reacted a bit more to that. And now let's go to the good stuff. The first half was really draggy and boring. Long. I was literally falling asleep. Like, I think I fell asleep for like a whole episode at one point or something. Just really boring. And then as soon as her mum came in the picture, it was so good, man. Jessica's mum and her, I think her name was, I can't remember her name now. But anyway, Jessica's mum, she's obviously been changed into like a new person sort of thing. We find out that the IGH people, which was Carl, who'd been experimenting on all these people, and then she got all these powers. He's twice as strong as Jessica Jones, and like together they're like kicking ass and saving people from burning, you know, car crashes, but at the same time they're like, you know, kind of she's antagonistic to Jessica. It was such an interesting dynamic, like really cool take on the hero villain thing. Like the villain is kind of an anti-hero, but really evil, scary villain as well. Like you don't know where she's gonna go, and it was really interesting, just realistic. Like it was kind of a bit like Black Panther with Killmonger. I mean, Killmonger was obviously a straight up villain, but like he had good motivations, and he could kind of sympathise with Jessica's mum as well, because he genuinely loved Jessica, and it was kind of refreshing rather than having the moustache twirling villain. And that was a really cool story, man. That's what really brought. I was half asleep for the first half, and then the second half I was wide awake like that. I was wide awake. I was like hooked. So it's really weird, and I love the Wizard cameo. I didn't know he was even a character. I had to look him up real quick, and like he's a character from the 1940s. Goddamn, and that's crazy. And I like how they made him fat because it just seemed, I don't know, it's funny and it was different. Like instead of just making him a typical, because the speeding effects were probably so bad. It was quite fun with the music as well. It was weird when he was running really fast, and he just makes it seem like. It was just really cheap, so it would have made it seem weird if it was a really skinny guy, good looking guy that was the Wither. It would just be like, what's the cheap effect? It's a bit cringy. But because there's a fat guy, you just kind of roll with it, you just kind of buy it. And yeah, I love the way they introduced him. Just like it was showing all these crazy people coming in and giving their problems to Jessica, and then this guy's like, I'm really fast. I call myself the Wizard. And all that, you're just like thinking, nah, he ain't got no powers. Then when you see him twice, you're like, okay, I think he might have powers. And then he's like, actually shows up Jessica and he's got powers. And everyone's shocked, like, oh, he's not crazy. He's actually got powers. That was cool. Cool cameo by him. Speaking of that scene where all people were coming in, a little bit Easter eggs there. I like that. I think the lizard people were referring to obviously real life lizard, like conspiracy theories about there's lizard aliens taking over the government and shape shifting. But at the same time, I think it's a bit of a callback to the Skrulls that's going to be in Captain Marvel, the shape shifting aliens that can take. There's a big arc in the Marvel Comics called Secret Invasion, where the Skrulls take over the Avengers, and you don't know who's who. Is Iron Man a Skrull? Was he a real person? Is Captain America a Skrull? Was he a real person? And everybody's like really scared. It's like, you know, that classic alien story of you know, the body snatchers or whatever. And another thing I loved was Trish. Forget Jessica's mum. She wasn't the bad guy here. She wasn't the moustache-twirling villain. The real villain was Trish Walker, aka Patsy, aka Hellcat. She was so fucking annoying. I wanted to just fucking strangle her. She was fucking everything up. She kept moaning, pissing, and she was so selfish. All she cared about was having powers. She was fucking Jessica up, and it could have easily been, it probably nearly was, a thing where you've made this character just suddenly do a 180. She's so loyal to Jessica in the first season, Jessica's cool friend, and all of a sudden now she's a selfish bitch that's just suddenly wants to have all these powers. But no, like, you can kind of see the gradual growth of her character, where she went from the best friend to like the jealous bitch friend, you know. And I believed it. I guess that's what the first half of the show was about, but I couldn't really, they didn't do that, they didn't execute that well, so I couldn't really see her character growth that much, but I believed it.
Trish needs to die.
Trish is a genuine bad guy. Like, most bad guys, you have the Joker, you have Kilgrave, the Kingpin, you know, Killmonger, Loki. You love all of them. They're all cool. You just love, you don't even love to hate them, you just love them. They're just awesome bad guys. Bane, you just love them. But Trish, I genuinely hate her. And I can't say that about many bad guys. I think she's a bad guy. And I think it's because she was like she was the sidekick. She was like the second character almost. And all of a sudden you're a I don't want to say that. Sorry. And all of a sudden you're a CUNT. Like, you're a see you next Tuesday. And I was like, what? And yeah, so that it makes you hate her, and all the crap about that's sexist. She's so annoying. But at the same time, she's the one who kills her mum. You know there's going to be a big fight between Jessica Jones, Power Girl, and Trish Walker, aka Hellcat, next season. I'm actually looking forward to season 3, where she catch the phone on her foot, and you're just like, God damn, what's gonna happen here, man? I actually don't want them to make up. Jessica, Trish is too far gone. She killed your damn mum. You can't be walking around chilling with her. Look, I get it, yeah. Her mum was meant to die, and Jessica, I guess, kind of knows that. But like Jessica says, it didn't have to be you. And every time I see you, I just see my mum's killer. She said it for us, so they can't get back together. Trish Walker has to die season 3, and we'll see what happens there. And another thing I loved was a Civil War reference to the Raft. I was like, what? They kept calling out the Raft, that's where they're going to put Jessica's mum, because she's so powerful. And I was like, what? Is this Hawkeye there? What timeline is this? Is this when Tony's already put everyone there? What's going on? So they've acknowledged the Raft. The thing is, I know it's the Raft in Civil War Captain America, but did they ever call it the Raft? I can't remember. I need to watch that film again. I've seen it so many times, but I can't remember if they ever actually like physically called it the Raft. But if they did, that's really cool. So they're connecting more to the MCU, which is really interesting, because all I keep hearing in news reports is that the TV universe is separate and the MCU is separate. They're existing in sort of the same thing, but they're not really existing. No, man. They do exist together. They're mentioning the Raft. There was the kid that kept mentioning Captain America. Oh, which reminds me, Julio from Power. I think his name is Marco or something. I can't remember his damn name in this. But yeah, the love interest. He's such a I think he's got some good charisma. That guy, man. He's such a good character. I actually genuinely liked him. The new love interest for Jessica, which is he's really cool. Yeah, he didn't really do too much, but I just kind of liked his character, mate. It was felt kind of real. I mean, I'm still waiting on my boy Luke to get back with his girl, man. Don't be letting Jessica get around too much, Luke. Do you know what I mean? You need to get back on that thing. You know what I mean? You got babies to make with her. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Luke, get back on Jessica, man. Where you going? What's going on with this thing? Anyway, yeah, my girl My girl Jerry Hogarth, oh my god, Trinity is savage. See, she is, do not cross Trinity because she will fuck your shit up and she will be brushing her teeth and keeping her fingers clean while doing it. Oh my god. Like basically what happened was, you guys know, there was these two characters that were pretending they had powers, or actually one of them was pretending they had powers, but she was using Trinity to get the guy out of jail, and the guy out of jail had these healing powers, and Trinity was diagnosed with ALS, and she was obviously all depressed in that, especially someone that wants to be in control and power all the time. ALS is going to really depress her, so she got this guy to heal her, like, because he had healing powers, and she was like, I'm healed. I was crying, I felt it, and Jessica found out that guy was not legit. He had no healing powers whatsoever. He was bumping Trinity hard, and what happened was Trinity found out from Jessica. She was in denial. She was like, no, I felt his power. He healed me. And then she went back to her house. All her shit, all her rich girl shit is gone, all out the window. Like she was pissed. She stopped at nothing to get her revenge on those two, and she got the most little finger revenge. Little finger on Game of Thrones. Little finger revenge you could ever imagine. She got the chick, got her in her car with some fake documents. Said these documents here basically say he's been cheating on you, and I've got this. She didn't even show it. She just put that shit in her head without even showing her. I've got pictures of him cheating on you and doing this, da 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 da, and she made the girl feel so pissed off at the guy that she just like lied about just to get him out of jail, and she gave her the gun, like without even touching. Like Trinity just wrapped it around in this cloth, gave it to her, gave her the gun, and said, "You should kill him. Just kill him," or something like that. I'm not even doing it justice, but you know. And then she went into the thing and she killed the guy, and then she called the police after she's sitting there crying after killing him because she thought he was using her because he's a con artist. Probably was actually using her, for all we know. And then she called the police, and then she's gonna get arrested for it. Trinity, savage. I hated that Kilgrave wasn't in it, but I loved that how he was in it, with Jessica's mindfuckery and how he was talking to Jessica, you were a killer, blah 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 blah. That was really cool. I liked it. I liked that. So overall, it was really slow and draggy at the start, very boring. Because of that, I don't know if I can even watch it again. I'd like to like watch it with my girlfriend and show it to her, but I don't know if I can get through that first 6 episodes again. I don't know, it should be easier actually. It might even be better the second time because you've seen it, you know what to expect, but I don't know, man. But yeah, the second half is really good, but because the first half was so bad, I can't give it too high a score. I'll give it a 6.5. I gave it more than 5 because the second half's good was better than the first half's bad. So the second half was so good that it crushed the bad a little bit, but not enough. So you got 6.5 out of 10 for me. Jessica Jones Season 2. That's my review. If you liked it, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you again. Peace.